Pricing your products is a big decision that will ultimately have a large effect on your business. A strong pricing strategy is a lot more than just calculating the costs and adding a markup. So today I'm going to show you 8 effective pricing strategies that will help you make your business more competitive and make more sales. Now, pricing your products always starts off with the math. You absolutely need to know how much it costs to make a product or obtain a product and get it to market. This includes your production cost, business cost, marketing cost, and shipping and handling cost. But though it always starts with simple math, a pricing strategy isn't all arithmetic. The reality is that humans are creatures of emotions, and it's incredibly rare that we make all our decisions exclusively through the lens of logic. Here is a simple truth. What a customer is willing to pay for a product isn't really about how much the product costs. What it's actually about is how they perceive the product value. So let's get into some pricing strategies that just might change the way you think about pricing your products. First, let's talk about cost plus pricing. Cost plus pricing is by far the easiest way to think about pricing your products. I'm mentioning it here first simply because it's popular, not because it's the best pricing strategy. Cost plus pricing is exactly what it sounds like, calculating the cost of your products and adding on markup. For retailers, this markup is often double the wholesale price, but the market percentage is variable depending on your business. While this strategy does preserve a nice profit margin, there are some issues because it doesn't take into account market factors like competition and demand for your product. So it can actually lead to a situation where you are charging too much or too little. Next, we have competitive pricing. Competitive pricing is when you check out what your competitors are charging to figure out the going rate. Then, rather than focusing on the profit margin as a starting point, this pricing strategy is about making the price of your products comparative, and you can do this one of two ways. The first is pricing your products slightly lower than the competition, thereby attracting value shoppers who are pricing sensitive. Think Walmart versus Whole Foods. If you have lower costs and can actively promote your special pricing, then this can communicate that your brand is economic and accessible. The second is pricing your product slightly higher, signaling that your product might be better and quality. Think Starbucks versus Dunkin' Donuts. Competitive pricing is often used in highly saturated markets with highly similar products, where pricing can be a differentiator. Next, we have price skimming. Price skimming is when a company charges the highest possible price for a product right from the outset and then decreases it over time. This is a pricing strategy that Apple has used for years. Price skimming works best when there is scarcity of a product and when new versions of that product will be rolled out in the future, justifying the reduced cost of previous generation because it's becoming less relevant. This price strategy is best used by businesses that have standout products with features that other companies just can't compete with. So if your business has prestigious images and creates innovative products, price skimming could be the price strategy for you. However, it's not going to work if you are in the saturated market and your product doesn't truly stand out. Now let's talk about penetration pricing, which is when you see a low price to enter the market. It is used to draw attention to your business and take away business from competitors who effectively can't match that price. Once you have more wallet share, then you begin raising the price. The pricing strategy is famously used by internet service providers like Comcast, who attract customers with cheap introductory prices, but once the introduction is over, the price of the service goes up. In retail, this means intentionally pricing items low. For example, the grocery store Costco price organic food item at low prices than can be found elsewhere. But while these prices are low now, we can expect they will increase over time as they capture more of the organic food market. Discount pricing like coupons, seasonal pricing and off-course sales can all the forms of penetration pricing as well, helping stores to get rid of old inventory and attract some short-term traffic to the store. The logic behind penetration pricing is that once the sale is over, some customers will remain loyal to the brand in long term. One important thing to be aware of is that too many sales can make people wary of paying regular price. Too low prices can create a perception of bad quality products. Next, we have value-based pricing. Value-based pricing is when you set the price based on how much the customer perceives your product to be worth. This is done by locating data on what customers pay for comparable products, then listing what makes your product different and better. Then you need to place a financial value on those differentiating features. Lastly, you need to communicate that extra value your product provides to customers. Now, value-based pricing is one of the most ideal strategies for entrepreneurs. However, it only works if you have a differentiated product and you're generally providing more value than your customers pay in price. Value-based pricing, when done right, is a great way to build customer loyalty, but it demands you to stay in lockstep with your customers' desire. Now let's talk about loss leader pricing. Loss leader pricing is a strategy where you price a product for a loss intentionally to attract customers, to get them in the door or to your site where they might buy other items. Now, while this might sound a lot like penetration pricing on the surface, it's only tangentially related because the motive is entirely different. The goal with loss leader pricing is to make your profit on the other items, not by increasing the price of the item you are taking a hit on. Loss leader pricing is heavily employed in the video game industry, where game consoles are sometimes sold for less than the cost to build because the profit is made on the video games and subscription services. A loss leader strategy is best employed by regular companies who have other products they can sell to make up for the loss. Now let's talk about bundle pricing. As the name probably applies, bundle pricing is when you sell two or more complementary products together for a single price. Now, this doesn't require much explanation, but it's used by companies to add value for the customer at lower cost, hopefully increase the number of sales and increase loyalty to the brands. For example, getting a new phone with your data and phone plans is an example of the bundle pricing. Now let's talk about the anchor pricing. Anchor pricing is the use of comparison, and everyone knows human loves to compare things. With anchor pricing, a retailer lists both the discounted price and the original price right beside each other to establish the saving you will gain from buying right now. Anchor pricing triggers what is known as the anchoring cognitive bias, where an initial piece of information is used as the anchor by which all the following judgments are made. If you've ever seen a price slashed out and a discount is next to it and thought, I better take advantage of this while it lasts, well, you have just participated in anchor pricing. Now, if you're looking to get started with your online store, Shopify is offering a 14 days free trial. Simply click the link in the description to get started. And hopefully this video was given you a broad understanding of pricing, strategy, and how it can be used effectively to grow your business. If there were any videos you would like to see, make sure you put them down below in the comment section and we'll make them happen. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.